Before this video begins, I'd just like to give a huge thank you to Tribal Typhoon, Dante Demonic and Skyhawkings, the patrons and donators of this channel. Your support is helping towards this channel's dream and has made this video possible. Thank you. I'm really sorry about this, and yes, the screen is supposed to be black right now. This is kind of representing my thoughts on Cryptic at the moment. This is a quick disclaimer at the beginning of a re-upload to let you guys know that there is an error in this video. This error being my discussion on the secondary deflector. Although my version of this ship has a secondary deflector, this is an error within the game and it is not supposed to be there. However, my judgments and view on this ship do not change that greatly after discounting the secondary deflector. So, as a result, I have opted to remain with the original video, as it is my honest opinion of the ship. I still recommend it quite highly, and I hope that Cryptic will realise that actually the secondary deflector is a nice little addition to a rather expensive ship, and leave it on. Hope you enjoy the video. Julentru, and welcome to Shadowstar. I am Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and this is the Starship review video. And shameless plug, welcome aboard the USS Ptolemaeus, the hero ship of Shadowstar's flagship new series, Star Trek Online Ptolemaeus, a cinematic series covering the storyline of Star Trek Online, which has just released its second episode. This is its flagship. This is the hero ship of that series. Why is this ship on screen right now for a Starship review video? What could STO have just released? Oh, the glory. Today, guys, we get to talk about a new legendary starship that comes as part of a special Discovery upgrade bundle that will allow you to hype up your character very quickly, and we will briefly cover that part somewhere. But I specifically am going to be focusing on the starship today and what the new legendary light cruiser can do. So, without further ado, and into the quick covering of customizations, allow me to introduce to you the real hero of this video, the Shenzhou class, and in my case the USS Fushimi, I believe it was called. My word, the visual review of this ship is going to be intense, mostly from, certain things. I will talk about that when we get there. For those that are unaware, this is technically the third skin given to the original Shenzhou. Now, here's the thing I have to disclaimer right now. I am not a fan of the Centaur class, not in the slightest, even though the Centaur is a very similar design. Not in the slightest. I kind of like the Walker. Absolutely adore the TMP era version, the USS Giorgio, or the Giorgio class. This Shenzhou is just a beautiful evolution. And yeah, they did miss the mark of doing this earlier like they did to just about every other Discovery ship. It was going that to that, and quite fluid evolution line, but I'm so glad we got this one first. So, customization you get on this ship, well, you get the unique Walker Bridge, and brilliantly thought out. The Walker Bridge will fit very well on this starship's design, since it is quite high tech in its look. The bridge is underneath, along with another torpedo launcher, which is right above the bridge. It's kind of scary to say. Deflector is interestingly added in there. It's all fine. So the Walker Bridge does work well on this ship. It's fine. It's not out of place like it is with the Giorgio class. Oops. You also get beautifully added. This is the bit that I'm just so glad they added to it. The Defiant, the Galaxy, the Intrepid, the NX skins, the Sovereign and Sovereign refit, Type 0 if you want it. It gives you the full run. It even gives you the Walker skin for this ship. Just thank you, Cryptic, with this ship. I really do like this starship's design. Every whole variant looks great on this ship, minus the Discovery ones. awkwardly, only Discovery Type 1 seems to fit well. The others all feel a little bit out of place skin-wise. Maybe it's just me. I think some people like the Type 5, I'm not sure. But overall, great customization options there. And better than that, they've maintained the customization front that you had with the Walker and Giorgio. And you can do the saucer, the strut, the pylons, and then the sails to have a great feel to the ship. I'll go into this a bit better with the visual review, but that's all I'm going to cover here. So let's get into her stats, the real big important part. So it's kind of important that I try to avoid spitting any bad shade right now, but I'm going to have to be completely earnest with you guys, because I don't like doing a review and being biased. Especially when I already like the ship. So, let's be honest here, it's part of the Legendary Bundle, and before we get into stats, this is something we must cover. This means it is, it's a 12,000 Zen bundle, but it's currently on a 50% sale. Cryptic, first bit of shade I'm going to spit. You can't be on sale if you've never been sold at the original price. Since you have never released this bundle originally at 12,000 Zen, and you've just released it immediately at 6,000 because you want to get it to sell, I see what you're doing. It's a marketing ploy. It's a very good marketing ploy, claiming that it's on sale now, because people are more likely to buy when something is on sale. But just be honest with us. If you would just pull it out at 6,000 Zen, you'd probably found a lot more people would have been willing to acknowledge you there and go, hey, fair pricing, rather than, holy crap, 12,000 Zen for what are we getting? Well, here's the thing. What you get with 12,000 Zen is 1 million energy credits. That gets you nothing in the game. It's just going to be blunt. That's meaningless. 1 million expertise. That's got its uses where you need it. 250,000 reputation dilithium vouchers. Okay, who cares? 5 times specialization qualifications. This will give you... Use these to immediately train bridge officers within specializations. Oh, that's great. Yeah, sure. Fine. 5 enhanced universal tech upgrades. Okay, yeah. Phoenix kind of has that beat. 36 inventory slots. Fair. 12 bank slots. Fair. 6 bridge officer slots. Fair. 2 starship slots. Fair. You know what? By the way, warning, if I'm saying fair, that's basically, it's kind of adding there, but it doesn't really make the bundle a decent deal. And I am comparing this to the 12,000 point, not the 6, just to keep people in mind. Also, a full suite of purple weaponry, which, I'm sorry, but the full suite of gear that you get, that is Mark 14 ground and space equipment, might as well be picked up and just thrown straight in the dump. Okay, it's completely fine if you're brand new to the game, just starting out. Sure, that's actually really useful. But by mid-tier, it's become worthless. And by high tier to end game builds, it's just null and void. You're not going to be using any of it. So, yep, out in the trash. Times 6 very rare photonic bridge officers. What? Two of each profession. So it's going to give you 6 photonic bridge officers. This is literally, you might as well have a photonic crew at this point. Wow. Okay. That's a thing. That's kind of cool as well, so I'll give it that. Enhance your discovery experience with the crew likeness. Oh. So you get the crew likenesses attributed to these people of Lorca, Landry, Burnham, Strahl, Stamets, and Tilly. Saru, anyone? Seriously? If you wanted to do that, you should have had Saru. Major miss there. I am very happy to see Stamets though, because I absolutely adore Stamets and I absolutely adore Lorca. So hey, I'm happy with those. And they each have their own pre-promotion to commander rank and special trainings, and all that requirements is all added onto those bridge officers. Great. This is what you get for 12,000 plus the ship. The ship is Well, the ship is fleet level at least, so we'll give it that. And with the X upgrade, it's pretty damn strong. Okay, so let's get into the stats. Yes, I've had to take a break and pause myself here because I've just realised something looking at the stats, and it's made me go, oh, wow. So I will be moderately comparing her to her counterpart. That will be referred to as the Walker. So whenever I say the Walker or Reflector of the counterpart, I'll be referring to that ship, the Tier 6 Walker. However, I do want to just say right now that this ship is a fundamental game changer against normal battlecruisers. Normal battlecruisers are very cruiser orientated, very much that standpoint, that build style, and that has been for a very long time their spot. Allow me to introduce to you guys the first science battlecruiser. I make this statement on the fact that she has a secondary deflector, and as we go on, this is going to be one of those areas that gives her so much extra potential over a standard battlecruiser in its certain areas. Yes, there are ones that will still do far more damage, but a Dreadnought cruiser is a good example, but I don't think we're able to just knock this one out yet. So, she's a Tier 6 Starship. Beautiful. Federation. Tier 6 is leveling, and as a Federation vessel, she is available to all of her Federation allied counterparts as well. You can use her from the moment you beat in the tutorial, and I do believe, looking at her build, she's going to make one of the best through the game leveling ships for you if you're looking for that. If you're new to the game, I honestly want to tell you right now that this ship may be a bleeding good entry ship for you as the first Zen ship to really help you get the feel of the game, and that's just because what she's capable of. Plus the things that come with her, it'll just make it a bit easier for you, even if you do have to do a lot of quick learning. If you go for that instant level 65 level up, you don't have to do it technically. So hold modifier is an improvement over the Walker with having a 1.425. This is a 0.125 step up from the Walker's original stat. However, her shields are slightly weaker by 0.05 as she only has a shield stat of 1.1. So this isn't really a big bad thing. Yes, she's weaker in the shields, but she's got plenty of hull defense, sitting up there with plenty of other fleet battlecruisers and fleet cruisers. I'll give her credit there. I think the only ship that I think actually really pushes past her Zen-wise may be the Enterprise B, but you can correct me if you want to. She has the same weapon layout as the Walker of a 5 forward, 3 aft. To me, this is my distinctive preference. I do prefer a 5-3 setup, as I tend to go for a forward attacking arc, even on my support builds, which would be more considered a broadsider. She has 4 device slots available to her, and with an impulse modifier of 0.16, a improved inertia of 45, and a base turn rate of 10, she is nice and nimble. Just on the base stats alone, we can see this ship has flexibility, defense, and offensive potential. This is good because that is exactly what all types of player will be looking for as a flexible ship. This also is going to be showing how she can specialize as well. We already know she can hull tank. We definitely know she can take on a tactical DPS build. And thanks to her console layout, which is modified from the original Walkers, which was a 3 tactical, 5 engineering, 3 science, this wonderful light battlecruiser, the Shenzhou class, has 4 tactical, 4 engineering, 3 science. Keeping in mind that you can X upgrade this ship to gain 1 universal slot, this gives this ship a huge amount of flexible potential, allowing for tactical and science DPS builds, for engineering and science type support builds, for shield and hull tanking, and a middle ground if you wish for a middle ground. Hybrid builds are quite popular, I've noticed. I mean, I use a hybrid build myself, so can I comment? She also has the bridge officer layout, which I like but don't like. Okay, let me put it this way. She's the first science battlecruiser. It would be great if they kept and followed with that a little bit. It may have off-balanced the potential a bit, but it would have been a nice trope to go with, to have the commander seat a science position. A science position, and that would also give a good nod to Commander Burnham, because let's just be fair, Burnham was a science officer, and it was the first ship you see her on. Also, a commander tactical there, although that would be very powerful for a battlecruiser, would have been a great thing to do, as that would nod very well at Captain Giorgio and Captain Saru, as it shows their tactical and battle prowess that they had. They're both very wise combative officers, Saru taking the more cautious but appropriate approach, and Giorgio being the more diplomatic until diplomacy fails approach. However, the seating is a commander engineering as expected, but it is a commander engineering command seat. For those who know what they're doing, this command seat could be potentially a very powerful seat. Personally, I'm not a fan of the command specialization, but I know some people out there really know how to utilize it. The final engineering seating is a lieutenant, which I guess is to maintain the balance there. It's a good balance, though preference there, I would have said that would have been better off as a universal. We've got a Lieutenant Commander Tactical, which gives her tactical capability as a battlecruiser. A Lieutenant Science, and then finally, I guess this was going to be necessary, a Lieutenant Universal Pilot seating. Again, pilot seating is something I could support and get behind. It's very good for certain aggressive builds, especially the hit and runners. However, since this ship's build is more of the stand and fight, I don't think pilot was that suitable and probably not something I would utilize in this build. I would go for more the endure and destroy approach. However, this is why I say the engineering should have been a universal as well. This will allow for true combative flex, allowing for all roles to be, well, upheld by this ship. So one of the two positions would have been nice to see that changed. Oh well, they went with what they went with. It does mean this ship is going to be good at support, does mean this ship will be good at tank, and it does mean this ship is going to be good at DPS, so let's just be happy that it's flexible. Where it is. Now then, a little thing to note is this ship's bonus power settings is plus 10 to weapons and plus 10 to engines. That is quite fitting considering the way this ship functions, but it comes with the ability to also equip dual cannons, which again is going to be very useful for the ship's battle prowess. She has the inspirational abilities of turn the tide, against the odds, and battle preparations. Wow, those are fitting right now. The cruiser command array, strategic maneuvering, shield frequency modulations, and weapons system efficiency. And her mastery package is of the battlecruiser. We will get into those in further detail in a moment. However, I just want to bring up that I seem to be missing one of the potential consoles. This could be missing because that console comes also with the Dreadnought, the Mirror Dreadnought that recently was released, the Legendary, which was the antimatter spread. For those that don't know what the antimatter spread does, it is simply a console that has a AoE affecting particle output. Any enemies within range of this will be confused and disabled momentarily. This confuse just causes them to attack their allies. However, if they get too close to you, they will be able to perceive you. Oh, sorry, yeah, it reduces perception. But if they get too close to you, they will be able to see you again and focus fire onto you once more. Just something to keep in mind with that specific ability. However, what we do have on here is two of possibly some of my favourite consoles. We have the Cylindrical Polarity Modulator. Now, this console is with the tier 1 Walker class that you can get. It's a relatively good console, but unfortunately due to its lower level ability, it has no passive effects. The active ability is just 50% shield resistance and a plus 50% to kinetic resistance rating. This is actually quite strong for basic kinetic resistance. However, let's be fair, you're primarily going to be getting hit with energy weapons, so this is probably a drop it console. I can't see too many times you'd be using this unless you're fighting a kinetic mastermind. Oh, think of a few people like that. Actually no, I can think of one specialist in that field. We also have the Universal Console Vacation. I can't read that word, I'm stupid. The something screen. Sorry, my dyslexia is playing up, I just simply can't read it. And it's got some relatively useful side effects. First of all, plus 50 to Starship Engineering Readiness. To me, that's quite useful, since that is going to be one of those ones for any support or tank builds. Basically improves the cooldown of engineering abilities. Plus 10 to accuracy, plus 10 to defense rating, and plus 14.3 to Starship damage control. Improves passive hull regeneration. Basically, it's good. It does a decent job. The field will also make you untargetable for a brief period and will allow for regeneration and damage bonus on expiration. So for 20 seconds, may be deactivated at any time after 3, bearing in mind. Whoops. You are held, untargetable and unkillable. So although you will be held in the spot, you won't be able to be targeted and you won't be able to be killed. So this is a very, very powerful ability. This gives you essentially the invincible trait with a little bit more leniency on its use. By activating this trait, you then have a chance of a 323.1 shield regeneration each second and 5,775.5 hull restored each second. This is actually based on your actual shield and hull strength. And when deactivated, you gain 120 bonus all damage for the duration equal to the time you held it. So you hold it for 20 seconds, you've got 20 seconds of 120 bonus damage. You can see why this console is quite useful. It's one of those abilities that will keep a DPSer in the fight. It will give a tank way too much combat potential. And even support players will have a use for this, as it allows them to assist better in a combat situation. It's just a shame that that is an engineering readiness and not tactical, as that would have made this probably one of the best tactical consoles out there. Instead, it's one of the most useful engineering consoles out there. The control amplification ability is also to your target, gives them minus 25 exotic damage for 10 seconds and minus 25 control resistance for 10 seconds. That's going to be useful, especially in the field that you're fighting with enemies and you've got a good control boat next to you, if you're not the control boat yourself. Personally, this one can be dropped, but this console is pretty damn good. Okay, final thing to joint onto, let's talk about these traits. First of all, you've got the Vulcan Hello. Now, I've already got this unlocked thanks to the USS Ptolemaeus, and this gives you an armor pen and shield pen upon entering combat. It's useful, it has its perceptive uses, will deal with a decent amount of damage, plus 20 energy weapon to hold, plus 20 energy weapon hull penetration for 8 seconds, plus 10% energy weapon shield penetration for 8 seconds, and minus 50 to your weapons cost for 8 seconds. This is going to do a lot of damage when you enter combat. Bearing in mind, to reset this trait, you need to leave combat and then enter combat again. It's not a permanently active trait, but it is a usefully active trait. You've also got Time of Need. Now, Time of Need, this new trait, I really do like it. Incoming healing plus shield plus resistance when healed. So this is probably giving a little nod to the USS Nimitz, the Apple ship that came in to save the USS Senjo. With this trait, you gain a plus 10% incoming hull healing increased with missing health. So the more of your health that's missing, the more that you heal. Basically, it's a quick regeneration. When healed by a bridge officer ability, so this is your own abilities instead, plus 25% all damage resistance rating for 10 seconds. Now, the reason Time of Need would be quite strong for a lot of players that fly with me would find is when I'm flying my defensive ships, my ships designed to keep my allies alive, and more often than not, I do find myself in situations where the DPSs are dying too often. I like to fly there with my protomatter field. It's really bad for my own strength, and there are people in this game that will tell you that healing should be null and void, but it's why I have to fly with some people, because I just watch too many people dying. It's like, don't die. If you're using Time of Need, you make my ability stronger when healing you. So that's what use for it for yourself, and a use for yourself if you are the one directly doing the heals to keep you alive. At least it gives you some bonus damage resistance as well. Okay, I've been whittling on enough. You guys are going to shout at me anyway. I just want to see the beauty of the ship in action. I mean, this ship, little bit of visual review just to throw in here. It's got the USS, the Baran class's beautiful deflector design. Tippets coming from the Baran and the Shepherd. The Shepherd's nacelles. It's taken my two favourite STO time period Discovery ships and merged them together. I really like this ship. Let's take her into action, see what she can do. And no, not with this build. This is grossly underpowered, designed to be underpowered purely because if I kill everything in a single shot while doing a video, it would be fitting. So I need to rebuild the ship. Back in a moment. Oh, this is going to be glorious. Right, we're going to test her in battle, see how well she actually does. This should be fun. I hope. Now, you'll notice that I'm not bringing all of her standard stuff in. And we're going to battle against these guys. Come on, draw some fire. There we go. I am apparently offline. I am damaged. I'm destroyed. I cannot fight. Okay, plenty of time to get things back online. This will also give me time to do a partial on its own recovery. This is going to be funny. As soon as this pays off, I'm really annoyed that they're all behind me. And he raced. Hello over there. I've got 20 seconds to get to you. Don't worry, you're dead too. I know they were just simple raiders, but that on its own should show the power of the dark side. No, just the power of the ship. What? Yoo-hoo! I can cloak. Hello, buddy. That moment you just absolutely annihilate a Gallo class. I know you annihilated it so well it gave me a purple item. That's the first time I've ever got a purple item from doing that. That's how well I just did against the Gallo class. Ooh. Why am I here like half thinking if I took this ship into an ISA it would do really, really well right now. Carried on class, didn't even last 2 bleeding seconds. I should admit that I've just had to rebuild the entire ship, so this is actually an entirely new build for me. And the build is kind of focused on making this ship as strong as possible. But without using the most effective weapons possible. I am actually using all agony phasers, and as some people will be able to tell you, there's not really much point in using only agony phasers, considering the procs, the way the proc works. Oh well, that I think I'm sold. I definitely think this ship is absolutely brilliant and amazing and beautiful and awesome, and oh my god, this is gonna get the best visual review out of me ever. Just freaking the Jewel Joe class was literally one of my absolute favourite starships in this game for appearance. This ship, it's just amplified that love and need, and well, it's kind of a good thing it's not armed with just as many photon launchers as the Jewel Joe was armed with, because that was a little bit insane. Oh wait, there's 6 at the back there. Okay! How do I rate this ship? Well, this is going to be really easy for you guys. Very, very highly. As part of the 12,000 Zen bundle, I'm going to be honest, you'd be spending 12,000 Zen for the ship primarily, and as on that base market there, there's a couple of good things in the bundle. I don't think it's worth... No, it's not worth 12,000 Zen. So you've got to really want this ship if you're going to go for it. Me, it's a good thing I do reviews. I absolutely adore this ship. I really do love it. At the 6,050% off sale price, even though it's never actually been on sale before this, so technically it's not on sale. At 6,000 Zen, definitely a good deal. You're definitely getting a good ship at that point. It's a fleet level ship with absolutely brilliant combative capabilities. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be one of my absolute favourite ships to be flying for a while. So, yeah, I've got a few of them recently. This one's just monstered the Galaxy X Dreadnought, and I love the Galaxy X. So, yeah, that's monstered it for my basic opinion. As a DPS ship, let's score them out. DPS, I'm going to give her very easily, very, very easily, 9 out of 10. The only way you should have scored higher is to have had a tactical commander position, or to have been naturally set with 5 tactical consoles. As a support vessel, again, I'm going to give her quite a high score. I'm going to give her 8 out of 10. The weakness here again is her lack of science bridge officer positions and the low science consoles. As a result, this has weakened her support science area. Her engineering science is very strong and is helping her gain quite a high score, but she has a weaker science zone. How can this have been improved? Extra science console, well, guess the X upgrade gives you that. And commander science position would have mounts this straight into a 10 out of 10 for support. Okay, we don't have that though. Tank. Tank is this ship's fundamentally funniest spot. Though the shields are weak, she has such engineering proficiency, I can't really jout her on that. So as a tank, with her great combative potential, I'm going to give her a 10 out of 10. She's one of my 10 out of 10 tanks. Who will I recommend this ship for? Obviously tanks. Definitely for DPS players that are looking for a bit of fun. Support players, you will definitely find this as a useful, more aggressive support ship for yourself if you're looking for that. But this is definitely more towards your tank and DPS side of things. And I strongly recommend this ship for new players looking for your first Zen ship. You're not going right now for the specialized ships that really know a bit of what you're doing, such as the Avenger and the Arbiter class. though that has a must-get trait, I honestly say if you're entry level, if you're going for the entry ship, your first Zen, go for something that you can utilize and learn the ropes with. This is definitely one of those ships, and thus I will recommend it to new players as well. Final score for this ship, 9.5 out of 10. She's definitely managed to really pull me in. She's grasped me. I really like this ship. Very, very highly recommend her. While on sale, I'm not including her as part. I am talking about her as just a ship. If I was to include her as part of a bundle, the score obviously would be lower, because I do think Cryptic's higher ups are money grabbing still, and thusly you can see what they're doing, and I will not reward them for that. I will condemn them on that. Yes, Cryptic needs to grow up. Nothing to the game developers. Game developers are fucking fantastic. Whoever came up with this design, you're a legend. It's just too bad about your higher ups, guys. Too bad about Cryptic's higher ups. I'm going to go have some fun with this ship. Then I'm going to do the visual review. Thank you for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you watching all the way to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed yourself and are having a bit of a laugh today. Hopefully I haven't driven you too crazy. If you're new to this channel, please consider hitting the like button for this video, as it will really much help me out in my growth. And if you consider subscribing, you'll see a lot more of this content in the future. This is part of my primary content that I do alongside my cinematics. And hey, I don't just cover Star Trek Online, so there is other things to watch as well. But with this all being said, guys, thank you for watching. And to my absolutely amazing Patreons, my donators, my Twitch subscribers, to you guys, a huge thank you for your support and your generosity that has helped make this video capable and help sustain Shadowstar and even move us towards achieving our dream. Thank you. Till next time, guys. Well, ciao for now. Remember, live long and prosper, my friends.